It's a battle of top 10 WPIAL boys AA volleyball teams as the new and improved Mars Planets take on the reigning section champs Gateway Gators. Hello everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, on the campus of the Gateway High School for tonight's Tuesday evening volleyball matchup as the Mars Planets take on the Gateway Gators here on Gateway Gators Productions. Hello everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Spencer Witt. Mars comes off of 2 wins against Montour and Derry. Derry, of course, being a section match, Montour being a non-section match for them. On the other side for Gateway, the reigning section champs, but it's their first loss since 2021 in section play. They dropped to Latrobe, the number 1 team, actually, correction, in AA WPIAL volleyball here. That was on April 13th in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, for that one. So both teams are getting ready for the first serve. Gateway in the champagne gold colored jerseys with the black shorts. Mars in the white jerseys with the navy blue shorts as well. Liberos are in navy blue and white respectively for both teams. So Liberos are hitting the floor. We'll see who is served, who won the coin toss. It is Mars that won the coin toss. So Mars will be serving first from the right side of your screen to the left side. Kyler Robinson, the sophomore for Mars, will serve this one. And we are underway. First serve, jump float serve from Robinson, passed up by the Gators. To the outside, Pasalinkwa, and Pasalinkwa gets the first point, tooling the block, and that one falling right on the arms of 2 players for the Planets. First point goes to the Gateway Gators. And first serve time around 7 o'clock, a little later than 7 o'clock to be specific, as this one served over and just pushed over by Mars off the fingertips of Colton Riska, the libero for the Planets. That one drops on the side of Gateway. Point for Mars. Riska might have stoved his finger there. He's grimacing after that one. The libero for the Planets, excuse me. Jump serve from number 22 for Mars at Derek Piatek. Outside, nice dropping that one in there is number 25, Diego Valentin Pitre. Valentin Pitre got some hair dye in his hair, some blue coloring. Go with the blonde that he also had earlier on this season as well. This one off the fingertips of Riska. And Riska is definitely still feeling that one after that initial point. Not able to pass that one up, and point goes to Gateway. It's an ace for Keegan Kuiper. Kuiper's second serve, the libero for Gateway, sends that one into the net. That'll bring up Ryan Che. Che, the junior, excuse me, for Mars, was player of the week a few weeks back in AA. Passed this one up and kept alive. Nice play from number 8, Liam Quinn. Free ball sent over from Mars. This one from Valentine, too far, and a point for Mars. Tied up at 3 apiece here in this one. Che will serve it over again, just kind of a running serve. Into the middle, pushed over by number 19, Jayla Pawlowski. Off the block, kept up though by the Planets. And outside, tipping that one over. Diving for that one, nice play from number 8, Jace Beam, and it's blocked down. Big block from number 19, a man in the middle, Jacob Pawlowski. Noah Pasalinkwa will come up to serve for the Gators. 4-3 here in this first set. Pasalinkwa sends this one over. It's passed into the air by Derek Piatek on the outside, off the player for Gateway. Correction, it went out first though. Robbie was the one who was trying to get that point for Mars, but could not. That went off the antenna first. Point for Gateway. Robbie this time though, cross court, drops that one in. Nice placement from number 5, the 6'1" junior. Outside hitter for the Planets. After some confusion, Liam Quinn will finally get the ball to serve this one over. Quinn off the net, played by Poloski, and then having to try and set that one and barely getting to it, but it's off the arms and a point for Gateway. Jace Beam struggled to get to that one because Poloski was on the ground there. But Ryan Hoffner, junior for Gateway, getting the point. Will Hansman will serve. Hansman, the left-handed serve, passed up. Outside, Robbie off the block. It's out of, though it's correction, it's inside the line. Just falling in right in front of number 8, Liam Quinn, and a nice block for Gateway. They're up 7-4 here in this one. Mars with a 3-1 record in WPIAL Section 2 AA, as this one pushed over by the Planets. Outside, kept up, nice play, and nice dig from Colton Riska. Libero for a reason. Riska gets the piece of this one again. And a free ball sent over from Mars. Backside, off the block, kept up though. Nice couple of plays from some Liberos. Another play there, and it's pushed over by Poloski. Jacob Poloski for Gateway. Heads up play, putting that right where nobody was, although Colton Riska was on the floor several times playing it, but he just could not get up and get to that one. 8-4, and served over by Hansman again. That one into the middle, kept up by Chase Anthony. Too far, no touch is the call. Point for Mars off the swing from number 12, Ryan Hoffner. Jump float serve from Tyler Robbie. Poloski staying for one, just pushed that one over though. Too far, point for Mars. Served over by Robbie. Tipped over, kept up, nice play from Colton Riska. Outside, off the block, it's blocked down by Gateway. Big block from Poloski. Jace Beam was also over there for the Gators. 9-6 early on in this first set. Poloski in the back row now will serve for the Gators in the middle, kept up by Anthony. Rolled over, pushed over by the libero, Kyler Robinson. Robinson tries to drop that on the line, but not able to. Correction, a net violation on the Gators, so a point for Mars. 7 serving 9 as Ryan Che comes back in. To the right side, down the line, a nice swing. Ryan Hoffner for Gateway, recognizing the block. And Owen Echegari will serve. Echegari sends that one over into the net though. Point for the Planets. Float serve down the line and outside that line for Kyler Robinson. Point for Gateway. As head coach Phil Randolph runs over to get that one for the Gators. Jump serve, passed up by Piatek. Piatek takes it himself and puts that one down for the point. Derek Piatek, 6'3", only a sophomore for Mars. The Planets team 3-1 in the WPIAL Section 2 AA. Last year they were 1-7, finishing last in their section. But they have turned things around here to start this one. It's going to be a double hit on Echegare. Yeah, it will be. Echegare is in, or a double hit for him. So Mars bringing this one within 1 point now, 11-10. Served over, Echegare, nice dig from him, nice serve receive I should say. Off the block and they get the point. Noah Pasalinkwa for Gateway. Pasalinkwa, the senior for Gateway. One of 2 seniors on the team. Him and Andre Williams, a senior for the Gators as well. Big swing, but that one out of play. Ryan Chase not happy with himself after that one. It was a good set on a quick one in the middle. To the right side this time, rolled over, kept up by number 5 for Gateway, and it's, or excuse me, number 8 for Gateway. It's a nice point for the Gators to get a point on that one. Diego Valentin Jr. getting the point. Keegan Kuiper will serve. Kuiper serves it over to the right side off the block, kept up. Mars keeps it up again, jousting at the net. Still alive, but unfortunately, Pasalinkwa is underneath the net, and it's going to be a point for the Planets. Nice play from both teams near that net. Gateway was able to get it over, but the leg of Noah Pasalinkwa going underneath. Gateway out of rotation. This will be a point for Mars. One of the players was on the wrong side of the libero there. That was the reason for the violation. So a point for Mars, but Gateway gets another point now here after the service error. Served over. Outside, Robbie. Back set, Valentin off the block, and not able to get there is Colton Riska. Point for the Gators. Pasalinkwa will serve this one over. Riska gets a piece of it. Put back down, nice play from the Gators. Ryan Hoffner cleaning things up for Gateway. Served over, passed up to the right side. Big swing and a touch is the call. Point for Mars. That's Liam Quinn who gets the point. Served into the net though. Quinn taking his time on that approach, but unfortunately into the net for him. And a point for Gateway. Served over, passed up into the middle. Big swing and they get the point. Connor Tomczyk for the Planets. The only senior on the Mars Planets team. Connor Tomczyk, the middle blocker for Mars. To the right side, Pawlowski. That one kept up by Tomczyk and then just pushed over by Piatek. Hoffner drops that one in. Heads up play by Hoffner, getting the point for the Gators. 19-14. And Pawlowski will come up to serve. Or step back, I should say, to serve. His middle blocker on the slide, and they get the point. Pawlowski, not much on that one. So point for the Planets. Tomsic checks out. 19-15, Colton Riska comes back in. Riska serves this one over, passed up. Hoffner, that one dug up, but out of play off the arm of Liam Quinn. And a point for Gateway. They're the first to break 20 here in this match. Owen Echegary will serve. Sophomore serves this one over. Passed by Riska, the libero. Off an arm, still kept up though. It's just pushed over momentarily and cleaned up by Piatek for Mars. Nice play from Derek Piatek. Kyler Robinson serves this one over, 20-16. Outside, Pasalinkwa has to play that one off of the block. Back to him, down the line, and he gets the point. Jace Beam will serve for Gateway. 21-16, passed up. Sent over on a free ball from Liam Quinn. Outside, Pasalinkwa has to push that one over, but he's under the net. Second time Pasalinkwa is under the net this time. And a point for Mars. Piatek will serve. Sent over. Echegary gets that one up. Pasalinkwa blocked down though, big block. Tyler Robbie and Ryan Che. They're both there for that one. Connor Tomsic will serve. Tomsic sends that one over. Big swing and a putback from Ryan Che. No blocker on the overpass, and Che cleaning it up. 21-19 here in this first set. Piatek will serve. Piatek serve, another good one, but Echegary, a nice pass from him off the block, and it's a point for Gateway, and fired up on that one. The big fella, Alec Dunsmore. Two sport athletes for Gateway. They got a couple two sport athletes. Dunsmore, the starter on the basketball team. That one kept up again by Mars. Into the net though, Ryan Che into the net from him, miscue from the middle blocker, and a point for Gateway. And Mars taking the timeout as Gateway, the bench fired up after that one. 23-19, we have a 23-19 here in this first set. So of course, talking about it before, Gateway 2-1 in the section. Their 2 wins in section play coming against Deer Lakes on April 11th, and a win at Armstrong on April 5th. Their match, I should say, against Derry for April 4th was postponed to the 24th later on this month. That's the reason why they only have 3 section matches played so far compared to Mars with 4. Both these teams have a common weakness, that being taking on Latrobe, who has defeated them both. Gateway fell at Latrobe on the 13th. Mars fell against Latrobe at home on the 11th. Play underway again, 23-19. Pasalinkwa cross court, and he gets the point. Nice swing from Noah Pasalinkwa off the arm of Colton Riska. 24-19, set point for the Gators. Served over by Keegan Kuiper. Outside, rolled over, getting there, nice play, but it rolls out of bounds, or bumps out of bounds off the arm of Diego Valentin. Really heads up play though by Jace Beam, the setter. They have to get to that ball, playing in that one position. That's his ball, right over that blocker. Still set point, and served over. Outside Pasalinkwa, one blocker, and he finishes it off. And he finishes the set for Gateway. So the Gators taking the first set, 25-20. Here early on in this match, of course, best of 5 here in varsity boys volleyball. Best of 3 in JV boys volleyball. And the JV team for Gateway taking down Mars in both their 2 sets. So congratulations to the JV team. A couple players on this one playing in JV as well. Most notably Diego Valentin for Gateway. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in here, courtesy of Gateway Gators Productions. GatewayGatorsProductions.com, your source for Gateway broadcasts throughout this season. And of course, archives of Gateway games throughout the entirety of the 2022-2023 school year. Football, basketball, volleyball, soccer. Go to GatewayGatorsProductions.com, your home for Gateway Gators athletics in terms of broadcasts. Once again, thank you for tuning in here again. I'm Spencer Witt. So Gateway with a 1-0 lead right now early on in this match on a beautiful Tuesday evening here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. It was weird. It was a lot colder earlier on as the day went along and the sun got out. 51 degrees and sunny, but that sun kind of making it feel a lot closer to the high 50s versus this morning where you were lucky to be 35, 40 degrees with no sun. Of course, the weather's only going to get nicer throughout the remainder of this week as well. Going to have highs in the low 80s on Thursday. That's just Western Pennsylvania weather in April. Of course, spring sports starting up and playing in the thick of section play. Baseball and softball and track as well. I can only imagine the absolute chaos that they are dealing with in terms of weather. Having days where they're sweating just standing out on the field, and then days where they need to wear long sleeves because they're freezing. But of course, volleyball, an indoor sport. Lacrosse, also another one I wanted to mention in terms of outdoor sports in the spring. Boys volleyball, one of the few indoor sports in the spring. Girls volleyball being played in the fall. Of course, boys and girls basketball, wrestling also in the winter indoors. Gymnastics in the winter indoors as well. I feel like I'm missing one, but hopefully not. Owen Etchegaray will serve for Gateway. Echegary's serve a little too strong on that one, got underneath of it. First point of the second set goes to Mars. Teams stay on both of their respective sides. Kind of a new rule that occurred during the crazy last couple of years. You used to switch sides after every set. This one over off of the fingertips of a couple players, and a point for Mars. Nowadays, you just stay on one side. Of course, there's safety and health reasons was the reason for both of them staying on their separate sides. Nowadays, it's just really no reason to switch sides. There's no necessarily advantage one way or another. Is this one off of the block, and it's a block from number 8, Chase Beam. I think he got one hand on that one, denying Ryan Che, who was looking to clean up the overpass. Chase Beam has earned himself the serve. Beam sends it over, it's passed up. Che, a big swing on that one, responding there on the slide. Perfectly into that corner too, and a big kill for the 6'5" Ryan Che. Derek Piatek, 6'3", outside hitter, serving for Mars. Served over, passed up. Outside, big swing, but kept up. Nice dig from Colton Riska, and a point for Mars. Riska's fired up after that one as well. Denying Darius Farrar. This one served over, passed up in the middle. Backside, Farrar. That one into, or trying to get it over, but not able to, was Tyler Robbie. Point for Gateway. Keegan Kuiper will serve. One sport I was forgetting. Swimming and diving, of course, in the wintertime indoors. How could I forget that? My own sister was a swimmer in high school. 4-2, Mars. That one outside the lines. Point for the Planets. And Che will go into the back row to serve. Served over, passed up by Keegan Kuiper to the right side. Off an arm, Che gets to it as well. And then a free ball sent over by Piatek. Outside Farrar. Good up from Mars again. Pushing that one over was Robbie, but he's not able to get that off an arm of a Gateway player, and it goes out of play. Point for the Gators, 5-3. Ryan Hoffner serving. Passed up by Riska, into the middle, and that's not a good one. A little higher set needed for Connor Tomczyk. Tyler Robinson's set sophomore, just a little too low there. And a point for Gateway. And Hoffner, the junior, listed at 5'10", will serve for Gateway. To the right side, that one into the net. Tough swing from Liam Quinn. The right side hitter for Mars. Just like that, a couple miscues from the Planets, and the Gators have tied it back up here in this second set. Served over. Outside, Robbie. Nice dig from Keegan Kuiper. Nice pass, I should say, from Kuiper. That one into the net. No touch is the call from Mars. Point for the Planets. And Andre Williams will come in for Gateway. Served over, Kuiper passes this one up. Pasalinkwa, kept up by the Planets. Robbie into the corner. Williams, his first touch. That one out of play though. Miscue from the Gators. 7-5, Mars with the lead early in this second set. Served over. One-handed set. That was played by the Planets, so they will resume and continue. That one off the fingertips. And a point for Kyler Robinson, the setter, with a rare kill. And this one over off the net, collected by Robbie, and Robbie. Kyler Robbie for Mars. Liam Quinn will serve. Quinn, the jump float, passed up by Kuiper. That one blocked down. Robbie for the Planets. Hunter Tomczyk also over there on the block. Tyler Robbie was fired up after that one. Mars down here in the match. One set in the middle, kept up by Riska. Touched over, and Robbie gets the point. That's 3 in a row for Tyler Robbie. This is a Mars team that currently sits 4th in AA WPIAL rankings. Gateway is in 10th recently and now sits just outside of 10 and 11th, an honorable mention in the top 10 in the WPIAL standings, or in the WPIAL rankings. They dropped out of the top 10 after their loss to Latrobe earlier on, but a win here would definitely bring them back up into that top 10 in a very tight WPIAL 2 or AA Section 2. (11 to 5). The Planets ahead in this one. Liam Quinn will serve for the Planets. Served over, passed up. Outside, that one down from Pasalinkwa. Nice kill from Noah Pasalinkwa. 11 to 6, responding after the timeout. Darius Farrar will serve. Farrar sends it over, it's passed up by Piatek. Outside, Robbie, and Robbie gets the point. Tyler Robbie for Mars. Robbie sends it over, passed up by Williams. Pasalinkwa outside, Pasalinkwa gets the kill. Noah Pasalinkwa for Gateway. And the Gators trying to cut at this deficit here. Mark DePalma will serve. The junior for Gateway. Off the block, kept up though by Riska. Outside Piatek. DePalma gets a piece of that one. And then just sent over by Jace Beam. Big swing in the air from Hansman. Pasalinkwa off the block. And that one pushed over by Pasalinkwa. It is a point for Gateway. I think technically speaking it was a net violation, but regardless, actually might have been a player underneath the net for Mars, but regardless, it is a point for Gateway. In the middle, that one drops in the lines is Mark DePalma kicking himself after that one. Letting that one drop, and another point for the Planets. Riska will serve. Passed up by Keegan Kuiper. Outside, Riska, nice dig from him. Played by the Gators. Down the line, and Pasalinkwa gets the point. Another one from Noah Pasalinkwa. That'll bring in Hoffner. Pasalinkwa was second team all-section last year. That one outside the lines, but a touch is the call. So a touch was called by the line judge, Aiden Gerhardt to be specific. Gerhardt going against his own team there. Of course, the line judges in home games in WPIAL are always the JV players of the home team, but Gerhardt calling a touch and the refs not noticing him until very later in, and finally giving the point to the Planets, but Gateway responding. And Farrar will come back in. Jace Beam will serve for Gateway. Served into the net, service error from Beam. 5-point lead for Mars in this second set. Jump serve from number 22. That's Piatek. Off the block. Blocked down by number 1 and number 5, Ryan Che and Tyler Robbie for Mars. (16-10), 6-point lead for the Fighting Planets. As this one served over, nice serve, but that one off the block and a point for Gateway. Good swing for the Gators. Oh, and Echegari. That one hit off his shoulder, it looked like, off that serve after hitting the tape on the top of the net. Keegan Kuiper, two-sport athlete, soccer player for Gateway, serving this one over. Big swing on that one from number 23, Mark DePalma. Pushed over. Kuiper passes that one up the libero. Hoffner off the block, and it drops down. A point for Gateway. Keegan Kuiper will serve again, 16-12. In the middle, big swing. Ryan Che, that might have been 10-foot line there for Che. Che will serve it over. Off Echegari. Into the net, Hoffner. Never really had a chance on that one. Just too far out of his reach to take the approach. And also a really tough angle. 18-12. Served over, passed up into the corner. Kept up though by Che. Outside, Robbie. That one went off the antenna. And the point goes to Gateway. Robbie hits that one off the antenna first. 18-13, Mars. Fighting Planets still with the lead here in the second set. Gateway taking the first set 25-20. Another serve, another pass from Riska to the right side. Pushed over. Collision, Hoffner keeps that one alive though. Pasalinkwa, that one rolls off a player. Hits the netting that's in the ceiling. The curtain, I should say. Hitting the curtain, it went over off of the curtain, so because it went over, hits the curtain, and then the Gateway team has to react to it. That's going to be Gateway's point. If it hits the curtain on your own side and you can play it, if you hit the curtain, it's still playable. It's a nice dig from Gateway to the right side this time. Passed up by Kuiper. Outside, off the fingertips of Pasalinkwa as he pushes it down and gets the point. It's a 3-point lead now for the Fighting Planets. Gateway making it close here at the end of this second set. And Hoffner will serve. Overpass, kept up though by Mars. Robbie into the corner. Kuiper has to take the second ball. Pasalinkwa, tough play for him. It was not touched by Mars. Point for the Fighting Planets. 19-15 in the second set. Andre Williams checks back in for the Gators. Liam Quinn serves it over. Williams passes that one up. Outside Pasalinkwa. Up from Piatek. Robbie has to roll it over, but it's outside the antenna. Point for Gateway. 19-16. Darius Farrar will serve, sophomore. For the Gators, passed up. Robbie, too far on that one for Tyler Robbie. And a point for Gateway. 2-point lead for the Fighting Planets. The Gateway has the serve. Served over. That one out of the reach. It's an ace for Farrar. Off the arm of Tyler Robbie. And that will force the head coach, Mike Nypaver, to take a timeout for Mars. So 19-18, a 1-point lead here in this second set. Of course, Gateway taking the first set, 25-20. Mars has won their last 2 matches. And they've won 3 of the last 4. Gateway has lost their last match, but they won 2 straight prior to that one. Mars with the slight lead in the standings, based solely on the amount of matches played. We'll talk about that in a little bit. With a 19-18 lead, one of these teams will come out of this with only 1 loss still in section play. Darius Farrar will serve. Served over, passed up by Riska. Outside, Robbie, blocked down. Big block, Jace Beam on that one for Gateway. The bench, Allen, he's the setter. It's the setter with the block. Farrar serves this one over. Overpass, put back down by Jace Beam. It's a Jace Beam show at the end of this second set. He has given Gateway the lead, 20-19. Farrar will serve this one, and a little too much mustard on that one, and he knows it. Too excited from Farrar, and it brings it back even at 20 apiece. It's a set to 5 here in this second. Tyler Robbie will serve. Passed up by Kuiper. Outside Pasalinkwa. Kept up, though, by Pasalinkwa, who didn't like that one. But Robinson sent it over, and it hit off Pasalinkwa's arm and dropped in for the point. Served over. Outside, down the line, it's out of play, a point for Gateway. Jake Santo also into the match for the first time for the Gators, a middle blocker, 6'4" junior. Served over by Mark DePalma, and DePalma sends that one too far, though. 22-21. Colton Riska will serve. Riska sends it over. Tipped over and kept up, though, by Mars. Williams gets a piece of it, diving over. Good effort, but nice heads-up play from Mars, dropping that one in and tying the set up at 22 apiece. Served over again by the libero for Mars. Someone was into the net. Yes, it was number 1. Ryan Che is in the net for Mars. Tough play there for the Planets. Pasalinkwa will serve. Che gets a piece of that one off Hoffner, and it's a point for the Planets. Nice play from Ryan Che. Had to work with that one. A little low set. Just kind of punching it over and off the arm of Hoffner. 23 apiece. First 25, win by 2. Backside, nobody there though. That was a miscue there. And Jake Santo and Chase Beam not on the same page. I think that was on Beam. I'm sure if he called for a slide, but that's a tough set to slide that one. All the way over there is an ace for Mars. At set point, Kyler Robinson with the ace, and that's the second set, so 25-23. Mars taking the second set, leading for a majority of it. Gateway brought themselves back. And then Mars finally finishing it off, a close one. Here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. We'll take a look at the upcoming broadcasts, courtesy of Gateway Gators Productions. We'll be back into the same gym here. Boys volleyball taking on McKeesport on April 25th. I'll be on the call for that one. On May 3rd, the lacrosse team. Boys lacrosse taking on Trinity outside on the field. And on May 9th, right back here, boys volleyball. Latrobe is going to be a big match there, potentially, because Latrobe, a top 10 team, actually the #1 team in AA right now, and that could be a match that could potentially win the section for one of these teams, one of those teams. But Gateway needs a victory here to keep themselves in the top 3 in section. Mars also right above them in the standings. So Gateway taking the first set 25-20. Mars the second set 25-23. You knew this was going to be a close one from the moment this started between both of these teams. We approach 8 o'clock here. This Tuesday evening. Alec Dunsmore back into the match for the Gators, replacing Santo for the time being. The Fighting Planets finally emerging from their huddle. And it will be Mars who will serve first in this third set. The liberos both checking in for both sides. Colton Riska and Keegan Kuiper come in for their respective middles. Kyler Robinson, the setter for Fighting Planets, will serve here in this one. We're underway. Have to serve from Robinson. That one is a point for Robinson, an ace to be specific. It was off the arms of number 26, Thomas Naiku. Sophomore for Gateway. They're going to serve this one again, but Pasalinkwa takes that one. Dunsmore blocked. Nice dig from Naiku on the block coverage, and then Pasalinkwa gets the point for Gateway. That brings Chase Beam back to the server spot to serve for the Gators. Beam serve, too strong. Good call from Riska, calling that one out. A service error. We'll bring the serve to Piatek, and Piatek too far on that one. Got underneath of that. Back-to-back service errors, 2 apiece here in this third set. Keegan Kuiper serving. In the middle, blocked, kept up though by Piatek. A big swing from Connor Che, but a big block from Pawlowski. Mistake from Riska, outside Robbie, off the hand of Pawlowski. And a point for Mars. Che serves this one over. That one off an arm, and a point for number 26, Thomas Naiku. Naiku gets the point, and that one played by number 22, Derek Piatek. I think that one was going to go out, but Piatek put his arm up. And a point for Gateway, 3 apiece. Free ball pushed over. Pawlowski. Beam. Touched over by Naiku. Outside, off of Beam, and a point for Mars. Good swing from Liam Quinn. And the junior earning himself the serve. Quinn serves it over. Beautiful pass outside Hoffner. The net violation on number 4, Kyler Robinson, a little too aggressive. And a point for Gateway. Tough jump serve from Naiku. And a point for Mars. Didn't get clean contact on that serve. And Robbie will serve for Mars. Hoffner cross court. No dice on that one, out of play. Point for the Fighting Planets. Robbie will serve. Tyler Robbie passed up by Chase Anthony. Tipped over, and that's a point for Gateway. It's Hoffner who gets the point. Pawlowski will serve. Sent over. Outside. Off a hand of Chase Anthony, and a point for Mars. Nice swing from Piatek. Colton Ruska serves this one over. Passed up. Right side. Block straight down. Derek Piatek, solo block for him. And Mars with a 3-point lead early in this third set. Riska serves it over. Dunsmore. Dunsmore plays it. And a point for the Fightin' Planets as it went off of a hand, I believe it was Hoffner. Just couldn't react in time there. Gateway to get to that one. Riska with the serve. Hoffner underneath that one. No touch, they asked for it, they're not gonna get it. And a point for Mars and a 5-point lead here. Gateway needs a side out quick. Kuiper takes that ball, Dunsmore. Too strong on that one from Ryan Che. And a point for, no correction, it was touched. Yeah, correction, it was a point for Gateway. So the ball rolling back over to the other side. I was a little confused as to who sent that one back underneath the net. And there's a point for Gateway. Owen Echigari will serve. Passed up by Piatek. Che, too strong on that one. Che a little frustrated with himself there. Another point for Gateway, 10-7. Echigari will serve. Che responds though and gets the point there. Pretty much designed there. There's really no one else going up for an approach. And even then, Gateway pretty much had two blockers there. But Che was able to get the point. Served over, passed up. Outside, Pasalinkwa. Piatek. Cross court, no dice on that one. Point for Gateway. 11-8 in this third set. Jace Beam will serve. That one outside the line. Point for Mars. Derek Piatek will serve. Served over. That one off a player. It's a headshot for Piatek. And he gets the ace on that one. Echigari is feeling that one. Piatek, another jump serve here. Passed up by Keegan Kuiper. Outside, blocked down. It's Liam Quinn and Ryan Che, another block for them. Denied Thomas Naiku. Served over again. Kuiper gets a piece of that. Pasalinkwa. Echigari gets a piece of it, but it's another block for Mars. And they're rolling right now, 15-8 here in this third set. Bill Randolph not electing to take a timeout. Piatek has had a serving streak going for a little while here, but works out in Randolph's favor, and the Gators get a point. Served over. Outside, Robbie. Pasalinkwa gets to that one. Back to him. Nice dig, but goes over for Riska and Gateway on offense again. Couple jousts, and then Kuiper just pushes it over. Mars on offense. Off the antenna from Robbie, and a point for Gateway. Served over, passed up by Riska. Off of Echigari again, another headshot, this time from Ryan Che. Che will serve, 16-10. Kuiper, Pasalinkua, right in front of Che, and a point for Pasalinkua. Che almost too tall for that one. Not able to get to it in front of him. 16-11. Pasalinkua's earned himself to serve. Sent over. Passed up by Riska. Right side. Big swing and a kill. Liam Quinn. Quinn, the opposite hitter, earns himself the serve. 17-11. Mars looking to take the lead in the match. They win this set. Quinn will serve this one over. Kuiper, nice dig on the serve receive. Outside. Hoffner, Riska. Set by Robinson, Robbie. That one drops in for Robbie, and a point. Liam Quinn will serve, 18-11. Quinn serve, passed up by Keegan Kuiper. Outside, Hoffner, off the block, net violation. Little too aggressive there from number 4, Kyler Robinson. (18-12). Jump serve from Naiku. It's a better one than last time. Naiku takes the second ball. Hoffner, tough play for Hoffner. He had to really go out there and get that one. Point for Mars. This is a Fightin' Planets team that went 1-7 last year, finishing dead last in their section. Outside the lines, off of number 4, Kyler Robinson, a point for Gateway. Jacob Pawlowski will serve. Pawlowski serves on the slide. Kept up by him, but nobody can get to that one. It bounces around in the rafters, and a point for Mars, 20-13. Riska serves this one over. Passed up, Dunsmore. Dunsmore gets the point. Alec Dunsmore for Gateway. Echigari serves. Che, just off the fingertips of Dunsmore. Point for Ryan Che. And the Mars Fighting Planets, 21-14. Come on, Mars. Served over. Passed up by Hansman. Off the block, kept up though by Mars. To the right side, Quinn. Pasalinkua gets a piece of it, beam, and then sent over by Echigari. Che, big swing from Ryan Che, and he puts it down, 22-14. (22-14), served over. Passed up, Trying to send it over his Beam. He's not able to. Sort of the first setter dump we've seen from him, the lefty, in this one, but it's a point for Mars, and they're up 23-14 in this set. Served over. Echigari gets to that one. Pasalinkwa gets the point. 23-15. Gateway still alive, barely breathing here in this third set. Beam sends it over, it's passed up. Big swing and they get the kill. Derek Piatek. Piatek for the Fighting Planets has earned himself the serve, and it's set point. (25) 24-15. Make that 24-16 as the heart monitor is still beating for Gateway in this set. It's another set point for the Fighting Planets. Outside, Robbie, Echigare, that one bouncing around. Someone's got to get to it, they can't. Nothing Gateway could really do there, battling the elements of their own gymnasium. And Mars taking the third set, 25-16. Mars is one set away from winning the match. Gateway, they need to win this fourth set in order to force a fifth and decisive set here on Gateway Gators Productions. Once again, Mars looking to improve to 4-1 in section play. Gateway's looking for their third victory in the section between both of these teams. A little longer break here, 2.5 minutes of stoppage time between the second and third sets. Again, Gateway last year, 10-0 in section play. Lost to Ambridge in 5 sets in the WPIAL quarterfinals. Mars didn't even sniff the WPIAL playoffs last year, but Mike Nypaver and his crew are looking promising for a potential playoff run here in WPIAL AA. Once again, thank you for tuning in here on GatewayGatorsProductions.com. Of course, your source for all things Gateway Gators. You can watch previous games. You see lacrosse, volleyball, WPIAL semifinals. Fantastic basketball game there. Wrestling. Pretty much every sport here in the Gateway High School athletics. Find it on GatewayGatorsProductions.com. Once again, thank you for tuning in here on this Tuesday evening. So Mars with a 2-1 lead here in the match. Will be Gateway who will serve first here in this third set, or excuse me, here in this fourth set. Jace Beam will serve. For the Gators. Beam, one of the captains for Gateway. Beam, Hoffner, Pasalinkwa, and Kuiper, captains for the Gators. Beam, a second team all-section pick last year. Looking to continue that presence setting for the Gators. As the up ref blows his whistle, and Jace Beam, the left-handed serve into the net. First serve of the fourth set to service error, and the first point for the Fighting Planets. Kyler Robinson will serve. Robinson, too strong on that one. Point for Gateway, so back-to-back service errors. Served over, this one is playable. Outside, Robbie. Correction, that's Liam Quinn staying for one. Pasalinkwa off the block. That one passed up by Robbie. Outside, Piatek. Piatek drops it in, a point for Mars. Piatek has earned himself the serve. Piatek serves this one over. Echegaray cutting in front of that one. But it's a service ace for Piatek, the sophomore, for the Planets. Fighting Planets, to be specific. This one off the fingertips. Jousting. And Mars pushes it over. Pasalinkwa. Kept up off the block. Rolled over by Hansman. Outside, cross court, no dice for Tyler Robbie. Gateway has the point, and they have the serve now. Served over, passed up. Outside, Robbie. Back over. Dropping that one in. Hoffner. Riska. Outside, Robbie. The longer rallies we've seen this evening between these two teams. Passed up by Pasalinkwa. Hoffner off the block. Hoffner gets a piece of it. It definitely is the longest rally. Hoffner, but denied by Mars. Ryan Shea with the block for the Fighting Planets. Shea will serve. Pushed over. Shea gets a piece of that. Nice play from Kyler Robinson. Off the block from Hansman. To the right side, Quinn. Net violation on Hoffner. Point for Mars, 5-2. Served over. Outside, Hoffner. Hoffner gets the point. Connor Tomczyk was a little bit late on that block. And Hoffner recognizing that, going in between the right side and the middle blocker, putting that one down for Gateway. 5-3. Will Hansman will serve. Outside, Robbie. Kept up by Kuiper. Riska plays it now for the Planets. And it's Liam Quinn. Another point for the Fighting Planets, 6-3. Quinn into the net. Service error from him on that one. Jacob Pawlowski will serve. Robbie pushes it over, but it's out of play. Point for Gateway. Smart reaction from, I believe it was Beam, letting that one drop. Just crashing those Hansman. Hansman plays that one now for Gateway. Hoffner just gets to it. Nice play from him with the left hand. Outside the lines, off the block. Point for Mars. And Tyler Robbie will serve. 7-5. Served over, passed up. Dunsmore. Big swing and a piece of it. And a jousting at the net. It's Tomczyk who gets the point there for Mars. Served over by Robbie, but Robbie into the net. Service error. Eight-6. Mars up in this one, here in this fourth set. If you're just tuning in, they took the second and the third sets, 25-23 and 25-16, but ace, ace, ace for Owen Echegari. Cuts to a 1-point lead here in this fourth set, a must-win for the Gators. Echegari serves that one over, passed up by Riska. Outside, Kuiper, nice dig from him. Pasalinkwa off the block, and they get the point. 8 apiece now here in this fourth set. Noah Pasalinkwa, the point for the Gators. Echegari serves this one over again, overpass. That one rolls off the arm of Kyler Robinson, hits the antenna, and it's a point for Gateway. Jace Beam for the Gators taking the lead here in this fourth set. Owen Echegari with another serve. Served over, passed up by Piatek. Back to Piatek, but it's blocked down. Alec Dunsmore and Jace Beam there for the Gators. Mars is just stumbling through here, trying to side out. In the air, Riska. Free ball sent over from Fighting Planets. Outside, Pasalinkwa gets the point. Muscling that one through the blockers, Noah Pasalinkwa. 11-8 here in this fourth set. And now Mike Nypaver will take a timeout. New life for the Gators here in this fourth set, as Mars had a little bit of an advantage early on, but Gateway has stormed back and even taken the lead here in this fourth set, 11-8. So 11-8 in the fourth set. Once again, if you're just tuning in, Mars took the second set 25-23 and the third set 25-16. It was Gateway that took the first set 25-20. Pretty convincing fashion between the team. Actually, I should say pretty close in the first set up until about halfway, and then Gateway started rolling a little bit. The second set, Mars had the lead. Gateway came back, and then it was back and forth until the end of it. In the third set, was pretty much all Mars. 11-8 as Owen Echegari will serve again. That one too far from Derek Piatek, and Piatek with a bit of a stunned look on his face. Not sure if he's stunned with the call or with his swing there and how he couldn't get that one in. But 12-8 now. Echegari will serve, passed up by Riska. Into the middle, nothing for Tomczyk, and a point for Gateway. Echegari has had a serving streak here, and he will serve again. Another one inside the lines and passed up by Mars. And that's Piatek, he just has to push it over. Nice play from Kuiper. Pasalinkwa, passed up though by Riska. Piatek off the block, kept up by Hansman, pushed over. Sent over by Robinson. Pasalinkwa, dug up by Robbie. Piatek, Kuiper is there for it for Gateway. Backside, that one's in the net. And a point for Gateway, correction. It's a net violation, I believe. On Derek Piatek. How crucial that was as Mars thought they had the point. Echegari will serve again. That one kept up though by Riska on the block coverage. Piatek, nobody there for Mars, and it's blocked down. Noah Pasalinkwa, solo block for him. Gateway is feeling good right now, 15-8 in this fourth set. That one over and dropping down. Echegari with the ace. Owen Echegari, and everything is going right now for the Gators. A must-win set for them, and they are playing like it right now. 16-8. Here in this fourth set on Gateway Gators Productions. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I'm Spencer Witt. Gateway is looking for their third win in WPIAL play. Mars is looking for their fourth win. One of these teams will leave Henry J. Furry Sports Complex with a loss, their second loss of section play. Gateway trying to force a fifth and deciding set. Oh, and Echegari will serve again. Served over, passed up by Riska, good pass from him. Outside, swing and a miss, but a touch at the net. And a point for Mars, and they needed that for a couple of reasons. Number one, Ryan Che comes back into the front row. Colton Riska serving. Kuiper, nice play from Kuiper to get to it. Sent over, free ball for Mars. Into the middle, Che blocked by Dunsmore, but back for Mars. Blocked again, and this time it's a point for Mars. It drops in on the opposite side for Derek Piatek. And Riska will serve again, 16-10. 6-point lead for the Gators. Pasalinkwa blocked, kept up by Pasalinkwa, and then Riska plays this one for Mars. Outside, Piatek. Piatek is denied by Jace Beam and Alec Dunsmore. (17-10) in the fourth set. Beam serves it over. It's passed up into the middle. Touched by Che, and off speed, might have thrown off Gateway a little bit there. Heads up play for Ryan Che to get the point. Colton Riska will serve. Or correction, Kyler Robinson will serve for Mars. Sent over, Echegaray gets a piece of that one. Outside Pasalinqua. Nice dig from number 5, Robbie. Sent over by Piatek. Pasalinqua off the block, touched by Che. Back outside, Piatek down the line, and Piatek gets the point for Mars. Nice set as well from Liam Quinn for the Fighting Planets. Served over by Robinson, passed up. Into the middle, Dunsmore, blocked down, no correction. Had a tough angle on that one, actually landed on the side of Mars. So Dunsmore does get the point. Both bodies were in the way of what I could see there, so. R2 talking things over with Phil Randolph. Che, Echegaray. Che again, net violation. It doesn't matter, it's a point for Mars. William Hansman was in the net for Gateway. Derek Piatek will serve. Piatek serve into the net, and a service error from Piatek, and a big one, 19-13. Served over to the right side, off the block, outside the lines. Heads up play by Liam Quinn, letting that one go. (19-14), the fourth set. That brings Ryan Che to the back row. Connor Tomczyk in the front row for Mars. Off the block, off an arm. Can Che get to it? He can, but it's tough play. Doesn't get enough under it, and a point for Gateway. 20-14. Served over, passed up, into the middle, Tomczyk. And Tomczyk getting the point. Connor Tomczyk, the only senior on the team. Relatively quiet in these last two sets, but getting the point there for Mars. It's a 5-point lead, though, for the Gators. Served over, passed up. Outside, that one kept up, though, off the block from Hoffner's attack. Right side, denied. But down on the side of Mars. A point for Jace Beam. Tooling the block is Beam. It's 21-15. That brings Jacob Poloski into the back row. Service error from him, though. And a point for Mars. So Piatek and Tomczyk in the front row, along with Kyler Robinson. Served over by Robbie. Down on the floor. Big swing from Alec Dunsmore, and he was fired up after that one. Seen a lot of points for Gateway. Those blocks just not completely sealed for Mars. Owen Echegaray will serve. Had a serving streak, a long one, earlier on in this set. Serves it over, it's passed up. Touched over, off Pasalinqua. Someone's got to go get to that one. Not over from Dunsmore. And that's not Dunsmore's ball. As a middle, the rule of thumb is never go backwards. Someone can easily move forwards and get to that one instead. Pasalinkwa and Dunsmore colliding in that one, though. Served over, 22-17. Pasalinkwa outside the lines. No touch is the call, and a point for Mars. Too strong from Pasalinkwa, 22-18. Served into the net, and a service error. And Colton Ruska is holding his hand. He's had hand issues all match. I think the third point in, he might have stoved one of his fingers on a tough play from his fingertips. Che in front. Back to Che again, blocked by Dunsmore. Che, smart play, just pushing it over. Heads up play from Ryan Che. 23-19, we have 23-19. Served over, passed up. Dunsmore, that's out of the reach of him. Handsman, tough set from him and Dunsmore. And a point for Mars, 23-20. Gateway needs this set to force a fifth. Served over, Kuiper gets a piece of it. Great effort to get there from him. Passed up by Tyler Robbie. Pushed down and point for Liam. No correction. It's a point for Gateway, but the line judge on the far side is calling touch. Aiden Coffrin, is calling touch, the line judge, on the far side, but the R2 So it is a point for Mars. So good sportsmanship, especially number one, from both Aiden Gerhardt and number 10, Aiden Coffrin. The line judges calling touch on that one, and it's an ace for Kyler Robinson. Ball don't lie for the setter for Mars. It's a 1-point lead now here in this fourth set. Now Mars has the momentum a little bit here. Handsman on the set. Pasalinkwa off the block, kept up by Dunsmore. Pasalinkwa rolls it over. Tyler Robbie with it. Outside, Piatek off the block, kept up by Echegare. Pasalinkwa, and he gets the point. Noah Pasalinkwa. And Gateway set point here in the fourth set. Che and Piatek in the front row for Mars. Served over. Tyler net, right side. It's a net violation. Underneath the net, correction on number 4, Kyler Robinson. And the fourth set goes to Gateway. We will go to 5 sets here in this one. Gateway wins the fourth, 25-22. An exciting one is this one, as we'll have a winner-take-all fifth set here. Once again, thank you for tuning in here on Gateway Gators Productions. Both these teams looking for a win in section play and trying to remain with only one loss and right behind Latrobe in the standings. Mars fought all the way back there in that fourth set after a large lead from the Gators. But it was the Gators who were victorious in the fourth set. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Gateway and Mars. Here in this one. Mars an 8-3 record on the year. Of course, most of those being non-conference. Mars won the Fox Chapel tournament earlier this year on March 18th. And their next match got a long time from now. April 27th, they'll take on Armstrong. That'll be in Armstrong for their next match. On the other side for Gateway, got a couple matches coming up here in this one. They're in a non-conference bout against Upper St. Clair on the 19th, tomorrow to be specific. It'll be on the road in the South Hills. They'll then take on Derry at home on the 24th, and then on the 25th, Keysport area. We teased that earlier on the Gateway Gators Productions. That'll be senior night as well for the Gators. Taking on McKeesport area Tigers. New volleyball team from McKeesport. Just started that one up recently. We've got a best of 5 here, the 5th and final set here on Gateway Gators Productions. Mars serving first. Pasalinqua off the block. It's a first to 15, win by 2 here in this 5th set. Kept alive by Ruska. To the right side. Dropping that one in is number 8, Liam Quinn. First point of the 5th set goes to Mars. Serving this over. Pasalinqua into the net. Second point of the 5th set goes to Mars. A rare attacking error from Noah Pasalinqua. Quinn serving again. Dunsmore gets a piece of it. Pasalinqua does too. Somehow it gets over. Che denied. Pushed over again. Someone was underneath the net, and it was Mars on that crazy sequence of events. How Gateway got that ball over, I don't know. Pasalinqua using his 9th grade geometry skills, getting the right angle just to get that one over. Che, that one dug up by Echegaray. Down the line, and it's a point for Gateway. It's a net violation, so it doesn't matter in terms offensively, but what matters is that it is a point for the Gators. 2 apiece now here in this 5th set. Beam serves it over. It's too strong from Jace Beam. Colton Riska immediately calling that one out. Shaking his fist after that one. 3-2, Mars serving this one over. Kuiper, piece of it from the Gators, and now it's outside. Robbie, net violation, point for Gateway, or point for Mars, excuse me. Will Hansman was in the net for the Gators. Derek Piatek will serve. Piatek serve. Dunsmore, big swing from Alec Dunsmore, getting the kill. The bench erupting after that one too. Dunsmore brings it within one here in this fifth set. Served over, into the middle, touched over by Che. Outside Pasalinqua. Riska gets to it. Nice hustle from Quinn as well, but it's not over the net. Point for Gateway. 4-4 in this fifth set. An exciting one here in Monroeville. Outside, Robbie. Echegaray is there for it, but it's back over for the Fighting Planets. Quinn, cross court, too strong on that one. Point for Gateway. Served over, passed up by Robbie. Tyler Robbie outside. Kept up by Beam, second ball Kuiper. Pasalinqua, too strong, no touch. Point for Mars. 5-all. Here in this fifth set. Ryan Che serves it over. It's passed up by Pawlowski, and then no one got to it for a second, but Gateway finally gets it over. Quinn, Kuiper on the dig. Outside Pasalinqua, and it drops in. How did that one go in for Ryan Pasalinqua, or excuse me, Noah Pasalinqua? That ball had eyes off of the tape and then sputtered away from everybody for Mars. Pasalinqua serving. He's in the back row now, and Hoffner's in the front. Nice swing from number 8, Liam Quinn, and Quinn gets the point. 6 apiece. Served over, passed up by Kuiper. Outside, Hoffner. Nice kill from Hoffner, and Hoffner gives the Gators the lead back 7-6. Riska just a little bit too far to his right to get to that one. Hansman will serve. Hansman serves it over. Into the middle. That one inside the line. Connor Tomczyk with the point. So point for the 6'1" middle blocker senior. Tyler Robbie will serve, passed up by Keegan Kuiper. Outside Hoffner, Riska's there for it. Piatek, kept up by Chase Anthony. Into the net, Hoffner, a little too aggressive on that one, 8-7 now. Mars taking the lead back. Tyler Robbie serves. Served over, passed up by Anthony. Hoffner, Riska with a dig, beautiful dig from Riska. Off the block, kept up by Hoffner, and Riska will play it again for Mars. Outside, Piatek. Piatek gets the point, and Mars is fired up this time, 9-7 in the fifth set. The Fighting Planets keep fighting here. 9-7. Passed up. Outside, too strong. Point for Mars, and 10-7, and a timeout taken by Phil Randolph. So Phil Randolph and the Gators taking a timeout, down 10-7 in this fifth set. Once again, if you're just tuning in, you missed a lot. We're glad to have you here at the end of this good one. An exciting ending In the fifth and final set, Gateway taking the first set 25-20. Mars took the second on a close one, 25-23. They took the third one pretty much commandingly, 25-16. And then Gateway got a big run in the fourth. Mars came back, but Gateway won the fourth set 25-22. And that's the reason we're here right now in this fifth set. Robbie will serve it over. It's passed up by Keegan Kuiper. Outside Hoffner. Outside that line. Yes, it is a point for Mars. It's the right call from the linesman. And Tyler Robbie will serve 11-7. In the middle, blocked down. Connor Tomczyk, a huge solo block. 12-7. What a big play for the senior. Robbie will serve again. Outside, Hoffner off the antenna. And things are unraveling for the Gators, 13-7. Robbie will serve. Tough pass, Hoffner. Off the antenna again. 14-7. Gateway is needing to side out, and now they have to side out. It's match point. Served over by Robbie. Passed up, Keegan Kuiper. Outside, Hoffner off the block. Punched in the air by Tomczyk. Outside block, kept up. Great coverage from Colton Riska. It's pushed over. Touched over, and Riska gets there again. Robbie just sends it over. Free ball for the Gators. Pawlowski gets the point. Keeping the Gators alive, 14-8. Jacob Pawlowski, the junior, will go back to serve. That brings Dunsmore into the front row. Match point still for Mars. On the slide, punched in the air by Hoffner. Pawlowski with the second ball. Beam sends it over. Outside, Piatek off the block, played by Hansman. Beam, outside Hoffner. Hoffner gets the point. Ryan Hoffner. And it's back-to-back points for Gateway, and they're still hanging around. 14-9, though. Pawlowski will serve again. Served over, passed up by Riska. To the right side, just pushed over by Mars. Gateway on offense now. Beam, big swing from Beam, it's too far. There is not a touch, and the point goes to Mars, and they will take the fifth and final set, 15-9. And so Mars wins their 9th of the year, 9-3 overall. They improve to 4-1 in the WPIAL Section 2 AA standings. Gateway drops their second of the section. They'll drop to 2-2 now, sitting 500 in section play. And that will be all she wrote. We hope you enjoyed it. It was a good one, and it was an exciting one. Final score, Mars defeats Gateway 3-2, 20-25, 25-23, 25-16, 22-25, and 15-9. For our entire broadcasting crew, our producer Adam Gusky, our director Lee Schaefer, and for the Schaefer and Gusky families, I'm Spencer Witt saying so long, and thank you so much for tuning in here on Gateway Gators Productions. Good night, everybody.